It's a very interesting topic. It is the debate, which is GenAI a Ponzi scheme or not? Is based on the AI bet you make, and that bet is not going to be as dramatic. To get your AI bet right, I'm going to introduce a very important term that I think you'll hear over the next few years. You have to develop a critical skill called AQ, Algo Quotient. So think about the Algo Quotient as choosing the right algo for the right problems. Because when you choose AI agent, it's like hiring an employee. You already have the skills to recruit the right talent because you are born and raised and your professional career around people from the time. But then you were never born, raised, and grew up around AI. So you have to build this AQ to make sure that you make the right choice. Thinking about developing an AQ, which is the algo quotient, think about it just like EQ, which is the emotional quotient when you're dealing with your employees or your peers, right? It's very natural instinct, but dealing with an AI agent or an AI colleague is not going to be natural today, but you'll probably build that skill. So all of your roles are going to evolve to an AI manager in finance for the process. I use the word manager as a concept, but some of you could be directors, VPs. I'm showing you what could be a potential LinkedIn post for a job as a collections AI manager. This could be happening in 27, maybe in 28, we don't know. But I think this is the future. If you look at the responsibilities, managing a team of 12 collection specialists, that's table stakes. You now need to manage a team of 6 AI colleagues. You need to performance measure both your AI colleagues and your human colleagues. The second part you do already. And can you implement AI strategies to deliver business outcomes? This could be a potential job description or skills, something to think about. Now, what that means is in the future, you'll have 2 teams or a set of 1 team, the human colleagues and the AI colleagues, and you need the algo quotient to manage the AI colleagues. You probably already have the emotional quotient to manage your human colleagues. You're already here. You already instinctively build the skills. Now you're already thinking, really? I don't know. Will I be a collections AI manager? Do I believe it? Let me tell you, all of you on the field here, these are all of our customers who are in the stadium today. You can go alphabetically. Row 1 is A, and then the Z in the last row, you can find your company's name. For the customers in the house, if you work for this company, you are already an AI manager. I'll explain why. Even for the ones who are not the customers, you likely have a software that has an AI agent or an AI colleague, and it's already unknowingly working for you. You never thought about it like that. HighRadius software has about 600 plus algorithms, 192 agents, and across 21 products, from order to cash, record to report, B2B, AP, treasury, risk, and so forth. So I'm going to take one example just for the sake of illustration to make it easy, which is collections. And then if you further double-click into collections, there are 39 algos across 12 AI agents. And what you're seeing in the boxes, I know it's probably a bit harder for the people in the back, is the algo type. I'm trying to bring the algo quotient. Whether it is an RPA, machine learning, large language model, or proprietary algo, look at the color code. And if I take automated dunning, which all of you are familiar with, you've been doing it for a while, it uses 2 algo types, proprietary and machine learning. So when you now think about this AI colleague working well or not, you need to bring the algo thinking. Because if you just think about it, right, if you have an employee, for every problem an employee has, you don't go to your HR department, right? So similarly, the way the workforce is going to evolve and the leadership is going to evolve is when there is a problem with your AI colleague, you're not going to by default go to your IT department or your software vendor, because you will end up bringing your algo thinking, algo quotient to understand why it did not work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a live demo of our virtual call attendant. Let's see how this goes.
Thank you for calling Apollo. I'm Frida, your virtual assistant. How can I help you today?
I need help with my account number 3341911.
Thank you. Your account is now verified. I can help with invoice copies, account statements, payment promises, disputes, or general account questions.
I need help with invoice number 822187.
What would you like to do with invoice number 822187?
Can you send me a copy of the invoice via email, please?
Invoice 822187 has been sent to your email. Is there anything else I can help you with?
All good for now, thank you. So if I had to summarize, imagine your role in the future evolve to an AI manager of your process. Like I said, you're already one. If you're a HighRadius customer, you already have AI colleagues working for you. Even if you are not, you likely have some software that is doing AI agents that you need to think about. So, and the key to that is, do you have Algo Quotient or AQ to effectively manage your AI colleagues? So now, Ponzi scheme or not, you could say, okay, you're talking about me. What's my bet? Let's flip the game a bit. What is HighRadius's bet? This is something I think about all the time as a founder CEO because I need to figure out where the market is going and we need to get there ahead. So a simple role of a CEO is figure out where the market is going and get there ahead before otherwise you're toast. So here's our bet. Number one, we're officially announcing at Radiance a new pricing model called outcome-based pricing. $0 implementation fees, $0 subscription fees till you go live, and a percentage gain share post go live. So we are officially announcing that. And you might say, like, why? Why do you need to do outcome-based pricing? It's very simple. We have to be early to the market because we have to see where you're going. You're already an AI manager. We talked about it. You'll likely develop AQ to manage your AI colleagues with time. Maybe that'll take a few more years. And then you'll expect value from AI. If not, you're going to hire or fire these AI colleagues based on performance. The bet number two is, can we proactively disrupt IT services? So we have this is something that I've always heard, and we are the biggest, we're also the culprit in this case. That's why I put the HighRadius logo bang in the center. It takes long implementations, over budget, high internal IT effort, high business effort, and so forth. I think all of you have had IT services fatigue. Agreed? You feel it. It doesn't matter who the vendor is. Oh my God, everything seems to take so long. It's so taxing. We're also in the middle of it. So now, what can we do as a vendor to change that? So if you just think about the past 3 years, I think many of the customers have gone through this journey. There was a lot of focus on a concept called speed to value. But the focus was a lot on value. The speed has not improved as much, I think. Just a quick summary of what we did in 2025 in terms of scale. We did about 751 projects, about 2,000 steering committee meetings. I'm sure you heard the term staircos, opcos, where the top exec of HighRadius and top exec of your company or you were in a meeting. About 63% of the projects had a mutually agreed success criteria, which is we defined a baseline. Here's where you are. Here's where you need to get to. So the positive news on the value side is about 97% of the projects where we had an MASE, one of your client execs actually signed off that we met the goal. That's the positive news. But of course, that was only 63%. So we have some ways to go on the value side. But on the speed side, we definitely have a long ways to go. And the goal for us in 2026, we are going from what we call a speed to value to autonomous speed to value, where our goal is to reduce the implementation time by half. So the bet number two is, how do we reduce implementation time? Because this is the frustrating part with every software vendor, including HighRadius. And most of the time in implementation is going in blueprint and realization phase. If I double click on it, right? If you just think about the blueprint and realization phase, it is 2 or 3 HighRadius consultants interacting with 4 or 5 of you. And the whole idea is, the biggest flaw with that is about less than 10 people and their brain and what information they can process is leading to the design that gets configured by the consultant in the realization phase. But the reality is a lot of shit happens in testing. That's when you have additional users, your UAT testing, and you find like a gazillion things. And then the reality hits. Our roles will evolve to reviewing a model output, using the human judgment override, and then regenerating the model output. I know that sounds a lot, but imagine using ChatGPT. You prompt, it gives you a result. You're not satisfied with the result. What do? You reprompt using your judgment override, and then you regenerate the output, and then you finally accept a result. So maybe implementation could be like that too. this is my dream come true if it ever happens. I don't know. In the end state, I don't know, maybe 2028, can one of you just do the prompting and set up the entire system on one day based on your business knowledge? Because you have a lot of acumen of about your business. You are limited by IT, software, and all the complexity. Can you run the production data check.ai and it will tell you RYG is all the data there? Can you run the goal-based design and tell what your goals are? Can you use the collections consultant.ai or the accounting consultant.ai, which has the built-in knowledge? And then can you use testing.ai to test and say, all right, team, now you log into the system and tell me what you think. So if I had to summarize the bets, since we talked about is AI Ponzi scheme or not, like I said, it's not about all of AI is Ponzi scheme or not. It is your bet, and are you going to be successful or not? You're already an AI manager for finance. That bet has been made or casted. You will likely develop an Algo Quotient for AI colleagues with time. And HighRadius counter bet is knowing where you will go. We need to improve the implementation time, which is important for you. And you will fire us if we don't deliver value. So we're just going to outcome-based pricing. It's like getting to the market ahead of when you get there. Otherwise, we will not be around. So with that said, I also want to take a moment to thank all the customers in-house. Raise of hands, please, the customers in-house. Many of you. You've been fairly patient with us. 20 years. We've become number 1 in order to cash. We're also making progress. We are top 2 in B2B payments. We are top 4 now in treasury, top 7 in record to report, and top 15 AP. I like to be like self-aware and humble. We have a long journey. Our goal is to be the number 1 in the office of the CFO. And I'm realizing that this is not easy. But none of those would have been possible. It's a reflecting moment for me. It's our 20th anniversary. And what made us is all those logos in the house. And we really want to thank you for hanging in there with us. Thank you so much.